you. Stop being so hard on yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself. You're doing good. So what is it really like being an artist? What is the daily life experience of being an artist? What are those unexpected things that an artist faces that you have no idea about? There are days when you are just on fire. You are painting the most beautiful paintings. You have an idea in your head, you can just put it straight on the paper or straight on the iPad or whatever you're using, and you are just on fire. And other days, unfortunately, you feel like you have no idea what you want to draw. You feel like no matter how hard you try, the piece just isn't coming out the way that you want it to come out. And those days are pretty often. Those days you're just like, I have no idea what I want to paint. Does that mean that I'm not an artist? Does that mean that I'm not creative? Family and friends think, wow, I know an artist, let me try to get a free piece of work from them. And you have to have those awkward conversations of saying no, or let's talk about prices. Your hands hurt because of the countless hours of practice that you have to put into sketching and drawing and trying to get better. For example, I painted my nails 3 days ago. And as you can see, these two are the only fingernails that actually have paint on them. And you're washing your brushes, you're dealing with different chemicals, if you're dealing with different types of paints. You fail a lot, and that's okay. And nowadays you're scrolling through Instagram or Reddit or YouTube even, and you see these people that are posting videos of their perfect artwork, and they're getting it right on the first try. They're getting it right on the first go, and it's absolutely, first of all, fake. Second of all, it's crazy. And this might be a controversial opinion. It's crazy that people post things pretending that they're perfect. So I posted my acrylic painting. I included the mistakes that I made in that one. I posted my first commission video. I showed the mistakes I made in there. I try to be transparent for people to know that it's okay to make those mistakes in art, because if you don't make those mistakes, how are you gonna learn? How are you gonna know, like, oh, next time don't use this paint and this paint together? For example, you fail a lot, right? So you could have a beautiful piece of artwork and it's almost done and you've spent hours on it, and then something happens. Let's say your baby sister or your child spills paint on it or messes it up in some way, and you have to start all over, or you have to find a way to take that piece and still turn it into something amazing. You have to take those intricate ideas that you're given and bring them into the world. If you're given a beautiful idea, you're given an idea of something that you need to paint or draw, and you can just see it in your head. You're like, ooh, yeah, I can see like the sky and this and this and this. Your job is to bring it into the world. And that's a lot of pressure. That's not an easy task. You are also oftentimes judged for your art. People are commenting and saying things like, oh, this art isn't worth this money, or like, this art isn't good. And obviously, the perspective that a person has on art is their perspective, right? It's the way that they see it. So I could paint something that this person loves, and then this person is like, this is crazy. Why would you paint something like that? And a lot of the time, you have to stick to what you want to paint, or else art is going to become a pain in the to do. You are being judged a lot because of different things. People are insecure and they wish that they could do what you do. People just genuinely don't like your art, and that is fine. Nobody is an artist where everybody likes their work. Maybe there's a majority of people that love their work, but there's nobody that everybody just like, oh yes, this person is a great artist. You have to, as cliche as it sounds, stay true to who you are as an artist, and don't try to mimic and copy and do what everybody else is doing because you're like, wow, this painting of a portrait got 10 million likes, I need to do this. But then there are those days where you just flow. You just let go and you start painting or drawing or sketching or sculpting, and it's exactly the way that you want it to be. You're not having troubles with anything, you're just kind of flowing. Every reason that you decided in your mind of why you want to be an artist, it just makes sense in that moment. You finally are like, oh, this is why I want to be an artist. You get to express your creativity. You get to be open and create something and invoke emotions. How amazing is that, to be able to make something from your hands and from the ideas you have, put it out into the world, and people feel things because of that. People feel good. It might seem like not that big of a deal to be able to invoke emotions, but that's how people heal. So in my opinion, in my humble opinion, art can be extremely healing. Art can be something that a person looks at and it just makes them feel happy, or it reminds them of a time in their past that was really good and just pleasant. So they look back in those moments and they think, life is good because I experienced these moments and I will experience them again. You get to play around with different mediums and get dirty, and it's just really fun. You get to play around with oil paints or acrylic paints or markers or pencils or pens or an iPad or digital painting, whatever. There are so many mediums that you can express yourself with. When somebody hires you, when somebody commissions you for an art piece, they are bringing you into their lives. You get to have the pleasure of creating something for them and getting to know them and making a piece that they are going to love and that they're going to be able to connect to. You get to learn from your mistakes. I am guilty of getting extremely frustrated when I am trying to create a masterpiece and it just doesn't go the way that I want it to go. It's just like slightly off. You know, I'm trying to paint something or trying to draw something in a certain way and it's like slightly off and I'm trying to figure out what's wrong and I can't. I get to learn from my mistakes. When I figure out, oh, this painting isn't working out because I'm using the wrong brush, so I'm not getting the effect that I want to get. Those mistakes will force you to learn and become a better artist. So it's literally a win-win situation. The only thing that sucks is the money that you wasted on the supplies. I know that's not fun. I know it's not fun for you to buy a canvas and paints and brushes and then you paint this painting and you just have to start over. It's like, that really sucks. And also time. It sucks to lose your time, but you're gaining something amazing. You're gaining knowledge that you would otherwise not have. So it's better for you to learn early on this canvas than 2 years down the line when somebody hires you and you mess up on this huge important piece, all because you didn't make that first mistake. All in all, being an artist really is amazing, but at times it can honestly suck and it can make you want to give up. It can feel frustrating when you want to make something and it's not working out. Trust me, I get that. But it's so important for you to remember to be still, relax, be in the moment, and whatever is happening, you have to understand why it is happening. If you are just having a horrible day and just messing up on everything you do, you have to understand why that's happening. Are you stressed and you're not being open enough to be able to paint what you want to paint? Or are you in a place where you should be doing something else, but instead you're painting? If you make a mistake, you have to realize that this is a good thing. You have to acknowledge that this is awful right now, but I'm learning something and I'm able to paint and I have the supplies and the time to paint. There's so many people out there that would love to be a full-time artist, that would absolutely do whatever it takes to be a full-time artist. And you are doing that, or you're on your way to do that. How amazing is that? Your job or your hobby is painting, is playing with colors, is doing something super amazing and super intricate and just something that you can use as a tool to express yourself. That's amazing. Being an artist doesn't mean that you have to meet certain guidelines or draw in a certain way or paint in a certain way. If you're scrolling through YouTube and Instagram and you see everybody's making the same type of art, everybody's doing, let's say, a portrait and a flower, and these are the pictures that are getting likes, this is what I need to do. No. I mean, you could do that to practice. That's great for you to practice different styles. That's wonderful. But you can't feel pressured to do what everybody else is doing just because you see it so frequently. If everybody does the same thing, what does that lead to? It leads to a boring world where all art is the same. If you are focusing on art and art is what you want to do, first of all, great choice. Second of all, why? Think about, why do you want to be an artist? What about being an artist is gonna make you happy? Is it the fact that you get to paint and do something fun? Is it the money? Be honest with yourself about the reason that you're doing art, and that will really tell you a lot. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know I covered a lot. I just really wanted to share my experience of being an artist and what I go through on a daily basis and how it's normal, and not a lot of people talk about it. Not a lot of people talk about it. They just want to make it seem like art is this perfect thing that, ooh, you just do this one time piece and it's perfect and there's no mistakes ever. That's not true. Please realize that that's not true and stop being so hard on yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself, even if you're not an artist. Stop being so hard on yourself, you're doing good. And I hope you continue your art journey with a really positive mindset and just your life journey in general. Please be gentle on yourself. And also, please like this video, leave a comment down below, or dislike this video if you don't like it, so I know what you guys want to see. And please subscribe for more art content, art contests, art informational videos, and maybe I'll sprinkle in some random videos throughout there. I hope you guys have a great day.